Here we are back in the parking lot for Thursday. Hard to believe. Um, see what were we? Oh yeah, someone asked a question in the comment box the other day about the Australian K9 series being involved with any of this stuff. It's like not. It likely will not be. Um, what happened was even though K9 appeared in Doctor Who, K9 was still the a character that was created by two individuals, and their names will hit me when it's way too late. And that series had no ties to Doctor Who at all. That's why you ever heard mention of Time Lords, anything like that, in that series, because they did not have the rights to do that. Just like they also own the character of Omega, which is why, yeah, there were still talks going around a while back about the K9 versus Omega movie, and I'm like, well, no one's gonna know really who Omega is, because you can't mention Time Lords, you can't mention Gallifrey, you can't mention any of that. So while they own the rights to Omega, they don't own the rights to anything Doctor Who. And it's the same thing with K9. Um, so that's why you're likely not going to see the K9 series, in all the big hoopty-da that's going on. All right. Now, as I said last week, words going around all over the place that the 60th anniversary specials will likely be like 11th, 18th, and the 25th of November. And I haven't heard anything that detracts me from that particular timeline as yet. So that's what I'm going on. Is that's going to be the November 11th, the 18th, and 25th of November is when your three specials are going to air. And then, of course, Christmas will be shooty and going into the next series. So yeah, K9's Australian series will likely not be on, with the other series that are out there. Does it matter if the new Doctor Who's gay? Because from what we saw before, the Doc doesn't really, discriminate which way he goes. Messing around with Captain Jack and all that all the way back in series, 9. Or sorry, with Doctor 9. So, Eccleston. So, back in 2005. So, I don't think it's going to matter. Um, okay. Now, it depends on what was done, because, like, the Terry Nation estate owns the Daleks. I don't think we've seen anything with a Cyberman outside of Doctor Who, have we? Because I remember right, that was Kit Pedler, if I'm going off the memory box here, that came up with the Cyberman. But they haven't really done a series where they were separated from Doctor Who or anything like that. Well, even though K9 and Company was part of the Whoniverse, K9 Australian series was not. They were Time Lords. All that was never mentioned in that whole series because the creators of K9 don't have the rights to Doctor Who. Yeah. I think it was Kit Pedler, and I know that name stuck in my head because I think that's the person who was behind it. But yeah, great. I know the names of the guys who created K9, and like I said, now I can't remember them. It was two fellas, if memory serves. I know one has passed away. RTD to fix what? All right, thank you. Yeah, I just couldn't remember for sure. I was getting my names crossed, and yeah, even though the K9 unit, I remember that used the regeneration circuit to turn into the floating, hovering K9 in that series. No, because the fellas, at least one of them is still alive, and like I said, they took the character and did that series in Australia, and it was their character. But the thing was, though, they couldn't mention Time Lords, couldn't mention anything to do with the universe. All right, you're considering getting a prostate exam. Are you having trouble peeing? Still, it's always a good idea to get one once you get to a certain age, like in your 40s or 50s. Chameleon was destroyed in Planet of Fire. A lot of that had to do. The problem was Chameleon was supposed to be an active companion, but if memory serves, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, the fellow who created the animatronic model used his own machine code to do all the movements and such for the mannequin or whatever version we saw of Chameleon, and then sadly he passed away. So they couldn't really do much with the Chameleon prop, and also Chameleon was supposed to pop up. If you look at deleted scenes, he had a couple scenes before he was destroyed in Planet of Fire every now and then, but you have to remember, if K9 became a know-it-all character, Chameleon would have been the Mr. Fix-It of the whole series. K9 was the know-it-all. Chameleon could become literally any shape or form needed to get the Doctor out of trouble. I talked to Mark Strickson about Planet of Fire a while back, and he said what you didn't see was the fact that they were there filming that. It was off season. It was like freezing ass cold. So there they are. He's in shorts and a wet shirt. She's in a bikini. They said the best acting was the fact that we, convinced people we weren't freezing our butts off. And trust me, if you ever get a chance to listen to or even speak to Mark Strickson, do it, because after the show, he went into doing, wildlife productions and things like that, and he has literally been places on this planet that most people never see. The dates I keep hearing, and it sounds like these are going to probably be it for the 60th anniversary specials. Like I said, last week we talked about it, and like I said, I'm just going off my gut feeling here, plus some other stuff, and the word so far is November 11th, 18th, and 25th. Which would make sense, because they said these things were going to be airing back to back. They weren't going to be really spaced out like they've done before. And then Christmas will be Shooty-Gatwa. Russell killed his Instagram? Well, he will be a bad guy by the time they're done, because Remember, the other guys that came after, especially Chibnall, he didn't do anything differently than RTD was doing when the show came back. But of course, he was a demon. He was evil. He was out to kill the show. No, he was the only guy who would take the job, and that's why RTD came back. He pretty much confirmed that in an interview. Doctor Who's a great show, but nobody wants to touch it with a 500-foot long pole. The pole of Rassilon. Well, I get to go in and listen to the rumors today because Louisville Assembly Plant went on strike. So things are going to get interesting. Because they build a lot of the pickup trucks and all that are the big sellers. So that's going to be interesting to hear the repercussions of that. I don't know. I heard 11th, 18th, and 25th, but like I said, we'll have to sit back and find out for sure. No, the series is popular, but look at all the flack the showrunners get despite delivering a good product. You have whole sections of the fans that come at you, while the majority of the fans are going, yay, we like this. You've got whole bands of them coming at you like, torches, fires, and, pitchforks. Like, you're harboring, Frankenstein up at the edge, the top of the tower. And so, like, I think it was Moffat who said Dr. Who has become a poison chalice. Because even though you put out product that, a lot of people like, there's always this group of people who will destroy you because you did this or you did that. And we saw a lot of that in the Chibnall era, with the thou shalt have no other doctors before Hartnell, Hartnell, Hartnell. And it's like, yeah, they already did it back in 1976. Come on, there's TARDIS Wiki and all that. Look this up. Like I said, we're going to have to sit back and find out for sure, but like I said, 11th, 18th, and 25th are what I were hearing, for a while now, so we'll have to see. So, take care, everybody. I have got to get inside. I just looked at the time. Please be kind, be calm, be safe today. We'll see you all on the flip side. Have a great Thursday, y'all.